Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I'm extra excited today because I've had a little project in the pipeline, a little tiny project about this tool which I've been working on for quite a long time, and today I finally get to tell you all about it. If you're a regular viewer, you might remember that back in January, Johnny of Just Johnny Creations and I swapped our first boxes, where we send each other a kind of a mystery box, a surprise box of craft supplies with a particular challenge to go along with it. So for the first box that I sent to Johnny was all about trolls, and his mission was to give this little troll a makeover. So I sent him a little troll. I'll show you better at the desk in a minute. Camera's trying to focus, but it's struggling. So a cute little innocent looking troll like this called Willy Wackastone. And Johnny's mission was to give him a makeover, turn him into a rock star called Skid Vicious, in time for the audition with a big record label. Anyway, so I think Johnny really enjoyed playing with the box. And of course I had to have a go myself. So I got myself a troll and I did my Skid Vicious makeover, and this is how mine ended up. Again, I'll show you a bit clearer on the desk in a minute. So there's my little Skid Vicious. Now, at the time, I think I showed the sort of finished result, but I didn't show any of my process at the time. But I had an absolute blast doing that. I really, really enjoyed it. I love playing with small things. I love little dolls. I love trolls. And I just had so much fun with it. And I thought, well, do you know, there must be other people who are a bit peculiar like me, still like trolls, and would enjoy this kind of a project. So what I've done is I've put a kit together. I've only made up half a dozen kits. Let's see what happens. I'm going to put them in my Etsy shop. Most of the materials are reclaimed, which is something that's really important to me. Well, obviously not the trolls. I didn't manage to find lots of reclaimed trolls, lots of recycled trolls or anything, but yeah, where I can, I've used reclaimed materials. So now my friend Tori of Cool Kooky Creatures has agreed to be a guinea pig for me because she loves trolls as well, and she did do a troll makeover when the box came out. She sort of followed along with us and she did this really cute picture of her little troll having a spa day before he got his makeover. So Tori's agreed to do a little guinea pig test run for me, and I've got her goodies ready to go in the post now. So I thought what I'm going to do is show you what I'm putting in the post for Tori, and that'll be exactly what you would get if you decided to buy one of these kits and have a go. I really hope I'm not the only weird person who thinks this is a great idea. Now let me just go to the desk. Let's give you first a better look at the troll. So this is the troll. They have different jumpers and different hats. The hat comes off, there's no hair in there. The jumper comes off, of course. The first thing Johnny did was take the jumper off to see if they had any rude bits. They don't. Although I guess you could always add that. Amazing what you can do with Fimo. Yeah, so obviously the kits include the little troll. Let's give you a closer look up at how my little skid ended up. If you're a regular viewer, you'll know my son Tom. He's brilliant at this kind of thing, and he helped me to design and create these little motifs. And I've printed them onto heat transfer paper so that you can transfer them with a hot iron onto the t-shirts or jackets or whatever. Really fun. We've redesigned it again to not include Johnny's face and things, and Johnny's, I think the ones I did for Johnny's box had like "see you bye" and stuff that are his kind of catchphrases, and obviously his face. So I didn't, we've redesigned it. I'll show you in a minute, but they're very similar. And the kit includes everything that I've used here and more, so that it gives you plenty of scope to do your own thing with it. So let me show you what I've put in the kit. This is what's going to go in the envelope for Tori. Obviously the troll. This one's all wrapped up, ready for Tori. Everyone's different. They don't all have the same jumper. They're different colour jumpers and hats and things. So inside here, this is, Tom helped me design this as well. Little troll wrapping paper, which hopefully can be used again. I've tried to make all of the wrapping and stuff as environmentally friendly as I can. So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to use that again. I've got some plastic here, but it is, you'll see, the biodegradable kind. That's why it sounds really crackly. And in here is a selection of fabrics. So there's some denim, some leather, some cottons, some shiny lurex, a little bit of tartan ribbon, and then there's some findings and things in there. I'll show you that better in a minute. A bit of leather strap in there, a couple of toothpicks. Obviously quite a lot more than I used on this one, but I just wanted to give you plenty of scope. And all of these fabrics are reclaimed from clothes and things that I've found in charity shops and what have you, because I just think it's so important to do that if you can. And then there's a little bundle of felting wool, which is used to create the hair. I've done a mixture. It's more black and less of the red and white. Seemed sensible to me. This is these are kind of they're going to be all different sizes, because I'm going to reuse cellophane packs that I've had, like the ones you get with the bazaar packs. You might find you get strangely shaped and sized plastic bags, because I'm reusing them where I can. I've done some die cut glasses confetti. I thought that was cute. Tom helped me design my labels and everything. It's so exciting. I couldn't have worked out how to do that by myself. So this is a pattern for the Troll wardrobe, which of course you can use again and again. If you get into doing this, get hold of some trolls yourself. Or my step granddaughter Macy gave me this troll that she's had since she was a little kid. This was Macy's troll, and she's given me free rein to give her a makeover. So she's a little bit bigger than this one, perhaps a little bit. Let's look at them. The body's pretty much the same size though, and I think it's just that the head is a slightly different shape. So I think it'll be fine with this pattern. So yeah, you could use the pattern again and again, and it's quite adaptable. I'll give you a better look at that in a bit as well. And then there's all of the instructions and stuff there with the challenge and ideas and suggestions and pattern instructions are all in there. So I need to fit all of this into this envelope. Let's see what's the best way to do this. That'll be fine. Okay, so you can see I'm all excited, gone all pink. So what I'm going to do now is get that in the post to Tori, and I'm going to give you a better look. I'll open up one of the other kits just to show you exactly what's in there, and I will put a troll together myself, show you the process. Okay, so the troll will be in the kit. Let's have a look at the materials. A couple of toothpicks. The fancy toothpicks. They've got fancy ends. I get them for making miniatures with. They're really good for making chair legs and things like that. Look at this in a minute. There's some fur fabric. There's a craft foam in black. There's a shiny lurex. There's white cotton jersey t-shirt material. There's red cotton. There's like some kind of a synthetic black fabric. There's a leather look, not real leather. And then there's this kind of, not denim, because when you're working in such small scale, if I just cut up actual jeans, say, it just is too thick and heavy to hang right on a tiny scale thing. So I've used this kind of chambray, which has the look of denim, but is actually a much lighter weight. It's much easier to sew as well. No sewing machine involved with this. It's all hand stitching. I guess you could do something with a sewing machine, but I don't want to. So there we go. I'll have to try and get all them back in tidy again in a minute, won't I? And then inside this little package is this is what I call the sort of findings and doodads. So strange mixture of things. This comes from hang on, let me show you. This is this lovely old roll of twine which has just been going on forever and ever. We found it inside John's dad's shed after his mum passed away. We were doing some clearing out and we found this amongst some other things. I just said, oh, I could definitely use that, and I just love it. It's just such a lovely colour and texture, and yeah, that's a little piece of that. And then this is metallic cord, but it's wired so it holds its shape. I think that would be handy for certain specific things, but I'll come to them later. This is actually a candle holder that should go in a birthday cake, which I've rescued, and I used it to create the little cigarette that Sid's got there. This black bead I thought would be really good for making a microphone, the end of a microphone, perhaps stuck onto there. This is heat shrink tubing, so if you give it a blast with a heat gun, it actually shrinks to fit. It's made for doing electronics and stuff, but yeah, so I'm just imagining that would be quite good for a microphone, with some of this coming out the end for the wire maybe. You can do whatever you like with all these things, and most of these bits are for creating accessories and jewellery and things. Even the tissue paper is recycled. It's not because I'm too mean to buy new tissue paper. I just think, you know, recycling is when you can, is so important. So I'm doing it on principle, not because I'm mean. So that's those. I'll wrestle those back into the bag in a minute. Then there's the, again, different size bag again, because it's one that I've recycled. Oh, that's the heat transfer sheet. So you can see they're printed in reverse. You cut them out, cut round them, put them face down onto the fabric. Obviously it's got to be a fabric that will take a hot iron, so the denim or the t-shirt fabric would be fine, and then you press it with a hot iron. There's instructions anyway in with the paperwork, and then you peel off the backing after you've left it to cool, and it's still flexible. You can stitch into it, you could wash it, not that you'd like to be washing your Trolls t-shirt, but you know, yeah, so that's why they're all printed in reverse. So we've got Skid Vicious, Punk Rock, Censored. I might try that one next time. That's the Skanky Hooers one, but without Johnny's face. We've got Oops, I'm a Troll, Anarchy in the YouTube, and this is a Troll. This is like a single, like a record, like an LP or something. So that's what those are. And then these are the Troll pattern pieces. I mean, you could totally ignore the pattern pieces and just do your own thing, but they're quite a useful thing to have. And if you've got other Trolls, of course, like I said just now, you can just, you know, you can use the patterns over and over again. I've printed them onto card, quite sort of sturdy card, so that you can cut round the pieces carefully and keep them and use them again and again. They'll last for ages, and then just draw around them onto the fabric. That's what I always do anyway. Okay, so that's those. And then the other thing is yeah, kind of instructions, inspiration and ideas. So Skid Vicious, Willy Wackastone. So this is Willy Wackastone, and he wants to turn into Skid Vicious. Willy Wackastone was born in a gravel pit just outside of Hartlepool, where the Wackastone family has lived for generations, quarrying stone and breaking it into gravel to earn a living. It's hard work, but most of them are contented with their lot, except Willy, who has different ideas. So I won't read it all now. Basically, Willy has big dreams of becoming a punk rock star, and he's got a big audition coming up, and you need to get him ready for it. So there's lots of ideas and things there. This just tells you what you've got in the kit. Here's a few different ideas and things about different sort of things you might try. I think on the where I've put the kit contents, I've also said about other things you might need. So needle and thread. I'm not going to bother about putting them in because I think it's just going to be ordinary black or white thread really. Most of us have got that. Strong clear glue, hot glue, some kind of glue that will stick fabric. Something you can poke a hole with, a pokey tool or an old dart I've used before. Scissors, craft knife, tweezers. Most of these are things that any of us who are crafters will have. Pliers, stroke wire cutters, the sort of things you'd use for making jewellery. They would be handy. An iron. Felting needle could come in handy for the hair but isn't essential. Permanent pens like fine liner markers so you can make tattoos and things like that. And you can add other things as well, you know, raid your stash of broken jewellery and bits and pieces and stuff and see what you can, yeah. I'm really excited about this idea. I just really hope I'm not the only one. I think Tori's going to like it because she loves Trolls anyway, and she did get into doing that Troll Makeover before. So there's the pattern instructions. They're quite basic really, but I'm hoping that my demo on this video and the next one will make it really clear. And of course you can always ask questions. The boots are the fiddliest bit of all, but as I've pointed out there, trolls do like to go barefoot, so if the boots are too fiddly for you, let me show you. Now this is how I did the boots the first time. I used Fimo, a leather effect Fimo. That's what I sent Johnny in his kit as well, where you roll the Fimo thin and bake it, and it stays pliable and stitchable and cuttable, almost like leather. And I used that, but I decided that was probably a step too far to put in the kit really. I also stitched with that one. For this next one I'm going to glue rather than stitch to try and make it easier on myself and for everybody else. But here's my little prototype boot. So it's fiddly, but it's cute, and they've got they've got such funny shaped feet, the trolls, and such short little legs. There's barely room for the trousers and the shoes. So I mean, you could just let them go barefoot, make them an ankle cuff instead or something. Paint their toenails, that's what Johnny did, and not worry about the boots. But the pattern is there and the instructions are there if you want to give that a go. Very much encourage you to do your own thing, but there's a little kind of picture of the before and after of my first one. There's what we get in the kit. There's the pattern, the image transfers, all of the instructions and stuff, all the materials you need, and of course the troll. I've missed the where have I put the hair? I've lost the hair. There it is, right there. Here we go. So there we go, that's what you get in the kit. So I'm going to put a link to my Etsy shop in the description box below if you're interested in getting hold of one of these. I'm going to stop this video here, and then I'm going to do a second video where I start the process. That probably makes more sense. So let me know what you think. Are there any other troll fans out there? I really hope so. Okay, yeah, I'll be very interested in your feedback anyway. Thanks very much for watching today, and I'll see you again really soon.